First, before we get in the video today, we are doing a flash giveaway in this video, and then we're also going to do one tomorrow in the beginning of Newswaves. I'm going to explain it to you real quick. Now, we are giving away a Super Nintendo SNES 30 from 8-Bit Dough, and we have two of them to give away. Now, the first one we're going to give away here, and it will be a pretty quick giveaway. It's going to be 6 hours from the start of this video, so it will finish later on tonight. Now, the other one we're going to give away starting tomorrow morning in Newswave. Now, I'm not going to post anything in Newswave about the giveaway. I'm going to basically let anyone here have a head start, and it's only going to be a 4-hour giveaway. So I wanted to really give people who are showing up for other videos as well. It will be a link in Newswave tomorrow morning. That will be up at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. So if you want to be one of the first people in the giveaway, it's in the description. That way, like I said, you're here watching the video, you'll get heads up and you'll be obviously in the know about entering. Not everyone checks the description randomly, so there's a good chance that it'll be a smaller pool of people entering for it, which will be really fun. But one will be given away tonight, like I said, about 6 hours after this video goes live, and then the other one should end tomorrow around noon after Newswave is up, which is going to be pretty cool, I think. So make sure you sign up for that giveaway, and I do want to say thanks to Ukester.com for providing these. They've been very good at the channel so far. They keep providing stuff to give away, which is great. They just send me a message and ask if I want to do a giveaway with them, and we do. And they're a pretty cool site. Go check them out. I'll leave the link down in the description. They have all kinds of cool electronics, gaming accessories, as you see here, systems, games, everything. They get them in pretty cheap. What they do is they get stock in, sell through it, and they move on. So you never know what you're going to find when you go on the site. Link is in the description. So I really wanted to talk about Mario Odyssey because I finally got to play it today. Now, what happened was I was just going by Walmart to pick up some groceries and some other things, and I always go by the electronics section just to see what's going on, see advertising is happening, because I like to keep an eye on that now. Obviously, I do a lot of gaming news, see what's kind of being pushed to consumers, and in this case, Mario Odyssey has been advertised heavily by Best Buy, and I think one other place, maybe Target, about having demos, right, in their stores, in their electronics section. I didn't really hear anything about Walmart. But when, you know what, I go into the electronics section, there's kind of like a group of people around this demo that's going on. Now, I've seen this demo before. It's like a Switch demo unit. You can walk up and check out like videos or different demos they have out that are mostly on the eShop. But in this case, they had Mario Odyssey fully playable. So I posted a picture on Twitter. I played it. It was great. People were asking what my thoughts were. And I was going to go on Twitter and just type everything out. It was going to be a ton of tweets. I figured, you know what, I'll go a little more in depth and talk about some of the stuff that was very interesting to me about picking it up and actually trying it out here on YouTube. Now, it was a 10-minute demo, so from the start of me picking up the controller and to the end, I had a 10-minute time limit that was not displayed, but what's really cool is they actually had a Walmart person representative there kind of helping people out, because there were a lot of people kind of crowded around. I think this popped up today. I don't think it was there yesterday, which is really cool, because 2 or 3 days ago I was at Walmart and I don't remember seeing this, so it was new. People were really crowded around it playing it. It was 10 minutes, then you kind of passed it off, and you got to the back of the line if you wanted, or you left. I played it once. It was enough for me, the 10 minutes, to really see what was going on, and I have to say, it was awesome, and the hype for this thing is completely warranted right now. So they threw us into the desert level. That's basically what happened. I believe this is like half of that demo from E3, where you could either do New Donk City or you could do like the Desert Oasis level, where there was ice in the desert. It was really cold. Everything was frozen. What they did was they just threw you in there. Now you had the choice between split Joy-Cons or the Joy-Cons that were in the grip. I picked up the Joy-Cons that were in the grip because that's usually how I played, and I was off. It drops you right in and you go. And it was pretty cool because the first thing you're going to do, like I did, is you're probably going to move the camera around to really put it in a place that you want as soon as you pick up the controller, but even before you start running, probably, because the camera's always in a different spot and you want to get it just right. And when you move that camera, it is awesome. It feels so good to have 60 frames per second right there in this game. Nintendo made a great choice to not push for 1080p at 30, instead keep it, I think they're doing 900p at 60 or 720 at 60, obviously in handheld mode. That frame rate is so important in this platformer, and it feels so responsive because of it. So as soon as you pick up the controller and you actually get in the game and you move that camera a little bit, yeah, get ready, because it is something. So I pretty much just took off running. I remember I saw some of this. You'll see some stock footage here from like the live streams they've done and everything, just so you get an idea of what I'm kind of talking about here. And so I just take off running and you talk to people and everything. Now, I was very close to the TV, and I believe this is that demo build from E3. So there were jagged edges around characters and everything, and I do think it was running at 720p on what appeared to be roughly a 40-inch, 42-inch TV that was pretty much like 3 feet from me at Walmart. It was an LED display, so all of those jagged edges were very visible. I did look over at the PS4. I walked over to the PS4 display they had, and I noticed jagged edges on there too. I think it's the type of TVs they're using and how close you are. If you're very close to a TV, like this, you're going to see jagged edges, but I still think it was probably E3 demo because it was so similar to everything we've already seen. So I take off running, and we run into some Goombas, like the little yellow Goombas, and I throw my hat instinctively at them. And once I throw the hat, I realized that because it's controlled by motion, I believe. That's how you have Cappy circle around you and everything. I realized because I was using the Joy-Cons and the grip, I couldn't get it to just him to fly around. Now, of course, I'm on this 10-minute time limit, so I couldn't think about it too much because I wanted to try to complete the level. Basically, the idea here for the moon they throw you in for is to get on top of like that tower. So I was like, I'm going to get on top of the tower. I'm going to finish this level quick because looked like people were kind of wandering around and their time limit would kind of run up. And I was pretty much dead set on finishing this objective. But what I noticed was I threw Cappy and I couldn't control his flight. I could hold the throw button down, which is Y or X, by the way. So the top, the left and the top buttons are both throw Cappy, and then A and B, the right and then the bottom button, are both jump. So obviously it's set up with the just using, I guess, the Joy-Con or whatnot in mind. But it worked well. I feel like I should have done split Joy-Con just so I could have tried that feature out. But basically, you throw it, you can hold the button to suspend it out there, and then it'll come back to you. If you keep holding it, though, you can jump straight off of the cap, which is pretty cool. And overall, it controlled well enough for me with the whole cap thing. I feel like I would like to be able to control Cappy otherwise instead of motion controls. So I'm off and running, and the first enemy that I take over is one of the bullet bills, obviously. I take it over very quickly, and then I'm pretty much controlling it, and I wasn't sure how the controls would differ between the enemy and Mario, if it would be quick enough to where you throw it. Like, I had the bullet bill in my face at one point. I threw the cap, caught him instantly, and I'm in. And I realized right away as I'm going up, there are moons everywhere. Like, I didn't know how many there'd be because, of course, these are kind of like the stars from Mario 64. Moons are everywhere. Like, I picked up in my 10-minute play session, I picked up 5, including the final one that I got. So as soon as I control Bullet Bill, I'm off and running. He's controlling well. I hit Y to accelerate, and I pick up the one moon that's kind of off in the distance, and then I kind of control him, go through rings, and then I'm off on the other side where like the quicksand pillars are kind of shooting up. And from there, I end up going into the pipe that, of course, turns it into 2D, and that was such a cool look. It looked great on the screen, by the way, first off, with the visual style they went with. That was where the jagged edges were pretty much non-existent, obviously, because none of it's like curved or soft edges, I guess you'd say. They're obviously very hard, like pixel edges, and looked great, controlled great. I mean, it was Mario, platforming Mario from the 8-bit era, essentially. And overall, you jump out of there, you go through, and then you're up really close to the top of the pillar at that point. And then at that point, I kind of went through it, and I got the last moon after collecting a few others on the way there. And I have to say, it wasn't tremendously difficult at first when I was playing it. The controls felt so smooth. I had zero problems. Now, I have played a lot of Mario, as I'm sure some of you have, so the difficulty really wasn't there at first when I'm playing it. I didn't get hit once. I went through this pretty quickly. I knew I had that time limit, so I was rushing kind of. So if you were concerned about how the controls would feel, would they be a little too floaty if you're used to something like, I don't know, Mario Sunshine? No, these are the tightest controls I've ever seen in a Mario game so far, and that's saying something. These controls are great. It works well. No problems at all. Nothing felt unfair. Nothing felt like I was sliding around or it was floaty or wasn't responding. They had all the typical jumps. You had A 3 times and you do the large jump. I did miss one thing, and I think if I had more time with it and I figured it out, it's probably there. I noticed that when I jump, I wasn't able to then dive. You know how when you'd play something like Mario 64, you would do like running jumps, and you hit beat it and dive forward to make it so you kind of lunge forward, essentially. I missed that. It wasn't there. The ground pound was there. The triple jump was there. The backflip was there. The running and then stop on a dime and jump backwards was there. But that wasn't there, and that was a little weird to me. Someone else who played it maybe can correct me in the comments, but I don't think that was there initially, and it was something I kind of missed because I liked running, jumping, and then diving real quick, and it kind of makes your transit faster. Oh, and speaking of transit, I noticed that the flags, basically you hit the minus button to see the entirety of the map, And what it explained to me there was that as you basically run past these flags, you can then fast travel to different flags. So, like, for example, when I got the last moon, there was a flag there, and I assume if I then restart the level, I can then just basically teleport to any of these spots. So it almost has fast travel built in, which I can appreciate that because it makes it a little easier. The maps are a little larger than I was even expecting, so I'm pretty excited right now for Mario Odyssey. It looks like it is going to be the game of the entire Christmas season. Like, people are going to be rushing for this game for the Switch, and I've recently noticed that people are saying that Switches are kind of in stock right now, and yes, they are right now. But, well, my Walmart doesn't have them right now. They sell out all the time. People around here are just buying up the Switch like crazy. But if you see a Switch at your local store, and you're thinking about getting one for Christmas time, and you have the money now, I recommend buying it now, because as soon as Mario Odyssey comes out, from what I've played, it's going to be gone. They're going to sell out. That game is that good. It's Mario, so it's recognizable. It sells across the world. There's no one spot where Mario doesn't sell. It sells everywhere. It's not like Zelda doesn't sell as well in Japan as does other places. Metroid doesn't sell as well in Japan. Mario sells in Japan, in Europe, in the US, in Canada, in South America. It doesn't matter. Everywhere. It sells everywhere. So if you're going to buy a Switch Christmas time, I would buy it before Mario Odyssey comes out, just to make sure you get one. Or, I guess, if you're lucky enough to get one of those bundles, push hard for it, because they're going to be gone. When this game comes out, this is going to be the system seller for Christmas time over, I personally think, anything else. But yeah, guys, those are my quick thoughts. I only had 10 minutes to play it, unfortunately, and there were people waiting. I didn't want to be that guy who was like, I'm going to go again, I'm going to go again, because I did finish the level. I pushed hard to do that, to just try as much as I could. But I will say this, go to your local Walmart, even especially if it's a super Walmart. You might be fortunate, it might be there. You could probably play it. It was pretty organized where I was, but I have a feeling because it's Walmart, after a day or two, it won't be. You could probably sit there and play it over and over and over again. I might do that leading up to when either Nintendo sends me a copy of it, or it could just comes out and I buy it. So go to your local Best Buy, go to your local Target, go to your local Walmart. It seems like this demo's everywhere. Try out the game and let me know what you guys think, whether it's on Twitter or down in the comments below, because that game is awesome. It plays well. The controls are fantastic, and I am absolutely ready for October 27th. This is going to be awesome. Thanks, guys, for watching. Make sure you, again, hit that the giveaway link down in the description so you have a chance to win. And, of course, check out Newswave tomorrow morning. Before noon, you'll have a chance to win another one of these, too. So enter for both. Thanks, guys, for watching. I'll see you next time.